Last year, when I started my UK is a Trap series, there's this content creator that made a video to attack me. And that was my very first exposure to him. Now, let's be clear. The video he made wasn't to engage with the arguments I was making. It was basically to discredit the conclusions I was drawing. Since then, I've come across his content a few times to notice a pattern. His entire content strategy revolves around discrediting Nigeria, encouraging Nigerians to leave Nigeria to relocate to the UK. That is all he talks about. That pattern is what interests me. Not necessarily his opinion, but the certainty with which he speaks. Sometimes he sees a couple leaving the UK to go back to Nigeria and he already knows that they are going to regret it. These are real people with real lives and decisions he was never a part of. And somehow he's already written the ending before they've even lived a single day of it. I mean no disrespect to anyone's hustle, but this content strategy fascinates me. Why? Because conversations about relocation are supposed to be nuanced. Different people relocate for different reasons. Different people are solving different problems. Someone looking to solve a survival problem is different from someone looking for freedom and choice. Yet, for some of these creators, the answer must be the same. Leave Nigeria. Japa. Recently, I watched one of his whimsical, or should I say capricious analysis on a whiteboard. He had this pen with which he was scribbling on a whiteboard. On one side, he had Japa. On the other side, he had Nigeria. And under Nigeria, he said that someone that has £50,000, the money will finish in 365 days. And that was the analysis. Finished. A single balance sheet figure stripped of all context, followed by prediction presented as certainty. Serious analysis don't begin with a cash balance. It begins with a complete understanding of the economic engine behind the individual that is managing the funds. Two different people can both have £50,000 and each of them would have different outcomes. Yet for this person, somehow the ending is already known. That's exactly what you call confirmation bias. When you already have a bias towards your UK, your Eldorado, such that every conversation must be that people, everybody, no matter their status, no matter where they are economically, they must travel out of Nigeria. I've lived abroad for almost 20 years, long enough to know that life is more complicated than a whiteboard. Long enough to know that two people can arrive at the same destination and leave with two completely different outcomes. The problem begins when someone mistakes their own personal priorities as universal truths. Therefore, every decision they wouldn't make becomes a mistake for somebody else. Be careful of people who always know how the story ends. Be wise and be careful who you listen to. My name is BC David, and I'll see you on the next one.